Hi, everyone. I am Dr. Diane Hayden, and you are listening to The Dr. Diane Show. Stay with us for the next hour where we will explore revolutionary expansion of mind, body, and soul. Each time on The Dr. Diane Show, we have experts from around the country discussing cutting edge topics on longevity medicine, natural health, mindset, and soul purpose to help you shift your perspective and become a mindset warrior like me. I'm so excited to be joined today by Jacqueline Kane and her team of master energy healers from the newly released book, The Energy Medicine Solution, Mind-Blowing Results for Living an Extraordinary Life, and the upcoming Energy Medicine Solution Retreat in October this year of 2023. As a master energy healer and low back pain specialist, Jacqueline uncovers and transforms the blocks causing your physical, emotional, and financial blocks so that you can live the life you were born for. Jacqueline facilitates deep healing of trauma, low back pain, and chronic conditions tied to limiting mindsets impacting health and wealth. Her inspiration for the book came about because she was frustrated seeing people getting sicker instead of healthier. Her clients were sharing stories of how they've been failed by the healthcare system today and left to live with daily physical pain and exhaustion day after day. Because of these failed attempts, Jacqueline went in search of finding natural ways to heal. The book is filled with stories of people experiencing pain relief using powerful tools and techniques that your doctor isn't telling you about. This book will put the power of healing ability back in your hands because you have the ability to heal yourself, and it's time you take back control of your health and what's possible for your life. So welcome, Jacqueline. How are you today?
Great. Thank you for having us here.
Awesome, awesome. So we're gonna get to meet 8 of your other energy healers that are part of this whole retreat, but there were many more in the book. How many authors actually were in the whole book collaboration?
So in the book, there were a total of 25
Wow.
amazing healers. Yeah. With all great stories of how they healed themselves and are now helping other people to heal. Yeah.
That is fascinating. Again, the book is called The Energy Medicine Solution, Mind-Blowing Results for Living an Extraordinary Life, and people can find that on Amazon.
Yes. Yes.
Perfect, perfect. Awesome. So we're actually going to get to meet a bunch of your authors and also retreat leaders today. So we're excited. Basically, I wanted to bring you guys all on so we could learn more about the retreat that's happening in October. And for those of you who read Natural Nutmeg, you'll see a big full page ad and also a whole article written by my editor, Lori, on the Energy Medicine Solution Retreat. We're excited about that. But let's get to know everybody who's going to actually be at that retreat for is it 4 days? 3.5 days?
It's 3.5 days.
Okay,
Yeah.
3.5 days. October 12th to the 15th?
Correct.
Okay,
In
awesome.
Bristol, Connecticut.
In
Yes.
Bristol, Connecticut. But if you don't live in Bristol, it's also going to be streamed, right? So you can
We
attend
have
virtually.
Zoom, so it doesn't matter where you live. You can attend this retreat and get the results that you desire.
Perfect, perfect. That is awesome, awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce each of the different authors that are on the call today. They're going to tell you a little bit about their background as an energy healer and what their biggest takeaway is going to be, or how they are going to basically help you transform if you do attend the retreat. So Erica Dworkin, we will start with you. Erica and I go way back. She's been a longtime advertiser and writer for Natural Nutmeg. So Erica, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everyone, and Diane, thanks so much for having us today. I am a board-certified holistic nutritionist, dietary supplements expert, and wellness guide. And I'm the owner of Vitathena Wellness, which is the successor to my family's 65-year-old nutrition center in Connecticut. And I have a lifetime in both the natural and traditional Western medicine arenas. I've empowered thousands of people over the past 13 years to take charge of a wide range of health concerns by looking not only at their symptoms, but at their underlying causes. So my chapter in our book and what I'll be addressing during our retreat is midlife and menopause, mapping your path to empowerment. And when women attend my experiential session, they'll transform by learning 5 proven essential steps to begin thriving during midlife and menopause. Well, why is it proven? It's based because my program is based on over 10 years of my personal experience with and research related to horribly debilitating perimenopausal and postmenopausal symptoms, and my work with many other menopausal women who suffered similar symptoms. So if the women's partners join them, they'll develop a greater understanding of what can really be a very confusing key turning point in a woman's life, in their partner's life. And both will discover hope and inner peace, and how a woman in midlife can begin to thrive instead of just survive by shifting her negative beliefs, combating her menopausal symptoms. These include night sweats, hot flashes, unexplained sudden weight gain, insomnia, anxiety, and depression, adopting crucial supportive lifestyle changes, and preventing degenerative diseases that can develop in midlife and beyond. So both the women that attend and their partners will walk away knowing how to live with greater vitality, quality of life, and longevity. And my program has proven to be transformational for my clients. So I cannot wait for you to experience my session.
Awesome. Thank you, Erica. I love that you incorporated, people bringing their partners, because I think that's really cool.
Please.
Like, yeah, a lot of times it's just women that show up at these things. Although I have to tell you, at the Joe Dispenza retreats that I go to, it's about 50-50. So I'm glad you pointed that out. It's, it's really beneficial for, if you're in a relationship, I think, for both people to come, because, one person gets all this healing and then you're kind of like in a different state than your partner. So that's awesome. Thank you so much,
And
Erica.
women can be so confusing to men. So I'm hoping to shed some light on our body chemistries and what goes on with us in midlife. And I think men will learn about andropause at the same time. So
Totally
that's a
true.
whole other topic.
Totally true. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to move on to Alana Heim.
Hello, hello. My name's Alana, and my business is Prosperity Alignment. Now, my background is I come from the certified public accounting world. So all things money, finance, and more the energy around money, currency, and abundance and prosperity. So I now call myself the Cosmic Prosperity Activator. And what I'm excited for you to experience at the retreat, we have all of these amazing experts who are going to be teaching each of you so many different exercises and things to take home. So this isn't a retreat where you come and then you go back home and you think, what do I do now? So during my session, I'm really always focusing on the inner aspects of you, allowing you to find the prosperity from within. So I use some astrological tools called human design and gene keys. And I always want to run the charts to know who I'm speaking to. So I really know you. And I get to see you through this lens where maybe you don't see these parts of yourself. So you struggle, you don't know how you make decisions. And everything that ties to money starts from that point of making a decision. So walking into the retreat, you might have some uncertainties about who you are and the trajectory of your path and where you want to go. I really see that through these sessions and through my session, you're going to learn more about yourself. And if you do bring your partner, you're going to learn more about your partner and how you guys actually create prosperity together, that you're working together, you're on the same page, you're manifesting more of what you want. I love bringing in the energy. So also a bonus session, bringing in some energetic healings to make sure your chakras are open, that prosperity is truly flowing and you're not holding any old traumas from when you were a child or maybe even from past lives. I like to go into all the depths of how prosperity really is impacting and showing up for you.
Awesome. Again, another good plug for people to be bringing their partners. And I love human design. I'm excited. That is really exciting to me. People will be fascinated to learn about that.
Yeah.
So awesome. Thank you, Alana. Vera Helena, let's go next.
Hi, how are you? I'm a licensed massage therapist. I've been one since 2000. Then I became a Chinese herbalist. I found a lot of my clients would leave the table and didn't know what to do. So what I found with the book was another way to reach out to people in between sessions. You know, people are trying to do different things naturally, but they aren't really focused. With the Chinese herbal, what we do is we really define what's going on with you. So I can sit down and do some nice scope of where you're at with your health. And I was able to create the teas that were an easy way to translate what we do. That's really the hardest part with the Chinese medicine. A lot of people don't really understand, you know, even the herbs don't even grow here in the United States. So I have a few herbs like ginger, or, you know, things that you've heard of before, licorice, things like that. And I explain it in depth of how you can use it for your own healing. And during our sessions, I will have all of my teas there. I created about 12 of them initially for different ailments for my clients that, you know, I would see, and then they'd go away and come back the same. So it was allowing them to heal in between sessions. So I can do that for you there. We'll have tea tastings. Well, you'll basically hopefully love the flavors and continue to do some healing on your own. And then we're doing some acceleration programs where you'll see us afterwards. Hopefully you'll sign up for that, and I can really go in depth with you. And I have an e-journaling online, because journaling is really important. You'll see, you know, where you were and where you're getting to, and really allows you to help kind of keep you on track with your own healing. So I'm really excited about the retreat, so I can be one-on-one with many people. I have been doing a lot of online, but it's been really nice to get out of the COVID, and that was one of the reasons why I created the chapter for the book. Was we were in a place where we couldn't really connect with each other, but I knew that would help you, you know, through some chronic conditions that people were experiencing after COVID. And I'm still receiving clients that need that support. And I would love to be there for you to continue to help you and family members or whoever you know to get better with herbs and you know, different treatments, counseling along the way.
Awesome. Thank you, Vera. Great. So people are going to get to try teas too. And
Yes.
that's a nice,
Yes.
nice touch as well. Yeah, that's
Yep, they'll
awesome.
be able to customize their own. We'll, you know, we'll try to dial into a few things that might be, you know, concerning for them, that they can bring something home and continue to do the work.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you, Vera.
You're welcome.
Okay, Bradford Tilden, let's go next.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Diane. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Lori, thank you for the beautifully written article. And hello, everyone. So, my name is Bradford Tilden, and I am one of the leading universal white time healers and white time gemstone healing teachers in North America. And I was so grateful to be invited to participate in this book project, because I knew it was an opportunity to spread awareness of this incredible life-changing modality. I was guided to universal white time gemstone healing when I was 26 years old, and I've dedicated my life to sharing the amazing tools and resources that it contains. And during my session in this retreat, I'm going to be introducing people to the basic possibilities within white time through the gemstone education. I'm going to pack a lot in that session and hope that people get an understanding of how powerful and important crystals are, not for our physical well-being, but also our spiritual awakening. They are divine beings of consciousness, and they can unlock the potential within you that you carried with you through countless lifetimes to awaken to your full potential. And I just absolutely love doing this work, and I absolutely inspiring people and educating people. And wow, I'm timing myself and I'm saying a lot. Anyway, I'm really excited. I don't really know what to say right now. other
I'll say
than
something, because what I
uh,
was going to say, Bradford, was that I think it's really great that you mentioned that the crystals have their own energy, because I think a lot of times people think crystals and gemstones are just pretty, like, nice jewelry to have. And
right.
that's awesome that you're going to be
Yeah.
educating them on the energetic power behind it.
Yes, it's very true. I just became a level 4 teacher just yesterday, and my crystals in my room have already been talking to me even more, telling me how to make them into the altar, telling me how to open people up, telling me what's going to happen in this session. So I am an ambassador for their consciousness, and they are the oldest kingdom of life on this planet. And they do so many things, and there's just have ancient wisdom, and that ancient wisdom is reflected within us because we are crystalline beings. We're awakening to that higher dimensional awareness as a collective. As people physically heal or are drawn to physically healing, there's always a spiritual component that emerges, but a lot of people don't really have any idea of how to approach that or who to turn to have an understanding of their awakening when they start to hear the voices or they start to feel the energies. And that's really what I'm here for, is to usher people along on their own path, their individual path of awakening. And that's really what I hope to be, is to be able to serve people and meet that higher need that is so needed at this time of transformation. So that's my time. Thank you so
I
much, Diane.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much, Bradford. Okay, Elizabeth Wadduford, let's go next.
Hey, Diane, thanks so much for having us today. I'm really grateful for the chance to talk about the retreat. Again, I'm Elizabeth Wadduford, and I am a certified crystal master healer and a Reiki practitioner. So I'm excited to go after Brad, since he was just talking about the power of crystals. My session at the retreat is going to be about how crystals and Reiki can help with chronic pain, and specifically chronic gut pain that hasn't been resolved by Western medicine. Often the people that come to me are folks that have been suffering for years with chronic gut disorders, gut discomfort that Western interventions have not been able to resolve. And they're feeling exhausted, they're feeling irritable, they're feeling hopeless after trying treatments that haven't helped. And there is a solution, and crystal energy healing can help with soothing discomfort, releasing pain, and increasing your energy so that you can live life fully again. So in my session, which is called the Crystal Circle for Chronic Pain Sufferers, you will learn why chronic gut pain is often linked to past negative emotions or traumatic experiences, how crystal healing can work to soothe discomfort, ways to use crystals at home for self-help, because I never want to leave people without tools that they can use at home, and why being with other people who understand what you're going through is so essential to healing, which is why the retreat is going to be so amazing, because doing things in a collective, learning together, healing together is so much more powerful than doing it by yourself. Again, I've helped so many clients that have thought they would never enjoy food again, who have thought they would never enjoy social activities again, sit at a holiday table to enjoy their meal. And helping them release gut pain has really helped them shift their relationships with their bodies that had become hostile, to one of acceptance and love. And that's what I hope for folks that come to my session at the retreat. So if any of this is resonating with you, I hope you will join me for my session. And again, I'm so honored to be doing the retreat with all these amazing energy healers. So thank you again, Diane, for having us on the podcast today.
Awesome. Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm glad you mentioned the collective too, because it does make a huge difference. Just being in a room of people that are all, sharing the energy and moving the energy. And it really, I think I always knew that, but I definitely had a much greater understanding and experience just by being in a room of 2,000 people at Joe Dispenza's retreat, because it is amazing. It is something, if you've never experienced being in a room with a group of healers and other people that are all, like you said, like-minded, and that whole collective, you have to experience it. And having it be right here in Connecticut is a no-brainer in my mind. Like, it's just something to see and experience for sure. And you will definitely move through blocks much faster than trying to do things, on your own or, one-on-one, for sure. So
Absolutely.
awesome. Thank you, Elizabeth. All right, let's go to Sunshine.
Hello, Diane. Thank you so much for having us here today. And thank you, Lori, for what you have been doing too. So I'm Sunshine Lane, and I'm a medium and an energy healer and a soul spiritual life coach. And I have always been open to spirit. So I've known nothing but this. And I love being involved in all of the energy medicine solution things that we have been doing, the book, the chapter, the workshop series, and I'm very excited about the retreat. So at the retreat, I will be doing the Newfound Freedom Cellular Session. And what that is all our bodies are energy, no matter how we look at it. And we hear about harmonizing and balancing our bodies. Well, that's our physical body, which is energy. It's our emotional body, which is energy. It's our mental body, which is energy, our spiritual body, which is energy, and our ethereal body. So balancing means moving all of those, having them flow. And here, as divine souls having a human experience, we can get stuck in things or we hoard things in our system. So what the Newfound Freedom Cellular Release does is sometimes we will have somebody that we might take all our energy, right? And no matter what we say or we do, it's just sucking the living daylights out of us at times. It might be a family member, it might be, a close friend. And so, yeah, we can get drained from others from our energy. We can have the feeling of not being enough, right? No matter what we say or give to certain individuals in our lives, even ourselves, right? Realistically, it's never enough, right? We could have somebody that we support, but we're always worried and concerned about them, and we're putting so much energy into it. So the Newfound Freedom Cellular Release goes in and works with all of this kind of stuff. We could have somebody that we're frustrated with, that we haven't found forgiveness, but you know what? Forgiveness comes within ourselves, and this release allows forgiveness to be simple and easy and look at it totally different. So with this relief, you'll get a new tool. With this release, you'll get a new tool that you can take home, and it's always with you. You'll be like, oh, there's something going on inside me right now. It could be pain. It could be not being able to sleep. It could be a situation that makes you step out of your true essence. It could be a situation that you don't feel that you have control. You'll be able to go in and do this Newfound Freedom Cellular Release and feel a lot better. Clear out your energies. Have harmonizing balance, feel love, feel accepted, and feel that, you know what, we're all here doing the same thing as far as love, healing, to evolve our soul. So is those other people. We're all equal, and we don't have to get pulled into it. So through this Newfound Freedom Cellular Release, we're going to be finding forgiveness. We're going to have a deeper knowledge, deeper understanding, clearing our conscious mind. We're able to go in and cut cords because everything's energy. We have an energy cord with everybody, and that the healthy one gets all mangled, and we're going to go in and clean up those cords with love, ease, and grace. Our soul has already did it. It's our human self that is like, oh, okay, we haven't accepted it yet.
Yeah,
so this
that's so
allows
true.
you to do it. Yes. And find your voice and totally accept people and yourself. So it's beautiful. Spirit had shared it with me years and years ago, and it's one of my favorites. So I'm very excited. But thank you, Diane.
Oh, thank you so much, Sunshine. That's just great for people who are struggling in relationships right now, and just to have those tools for sure. Thank you. All right, Pat McGrath, let's hear from you. Hey, Pat, I think you need to unmute.
I was saying thank you for letting us do this. I'm sitting here just soaking all this energy, and it feels really good because seeing everybody all at once is very helpful. It's going to be amazing inside that room when we do the retreat. I can't wait. So my area of expertise is, I hesitate to use the word, but feng shui, because a lot of people have a preconceived idea of what that is. And it has taken me about 20 years to find the vocabulary that I like to use to connect people with their space. And not to exclude any men here, Brad, but women, for the most part, don't think in terms of their space. And lots of times, women that I have my experience with my own life, but with the other women that I've met over the years, they, in family situations, for instance, will have the responsibility of the entire house, but sometimes they don't have their own space to go to. And our space is an extension of who we are. So, what I'm viewing my work is as helping women and men to acknowledge their presence. And part of that is recognizing what in our space is actually supporting us and what is not. Since everything is energy, everything in our space can be described energetically. And so, depending on what clients tell me that they're looking for, I filter it through all the stuff that I've been trained in, but it's the spiritual counseling and the energetic principles of feng shui and decluttering that really help me make the recommendations that they need. And I saw this personally. I mean, it's very deep and profound effect that our space has on us, because we can do all of this work and heal ourselves. But then when we get home or we get into our workspace, there are objects, it can be objects like furniture, artwork, or whatever, that bring us back to a time when we felt less than, or not worthy, or not enough. And we get so used to it, because we see these objects every single day, that we get so used to it, we don't see it anymore and don't understand that that's actually dragging us down. So what I will do in the workshop is to help people try to define energetically what objects are. And I'll do that with show some images, and we'll talk about words to describe what that image feels like, and then describe to them that that's the energy of that piece. And what do they think they would feel if that was in their yard, if that was in their house, or whatever. But I do I have a phrase that I use: claim your space, claim your life. Then that's something that women have an issue doing. They're always putting other people first. And when they start to claim their space, they're actually saying, this is my space, and this is where I exist, and this is where my presence is, and here I am ready to share who I am. But that's a massive issue for a lot of women. So I feel like this kind of work helps people actually do something that's physical, that they feel like with intention they're making a change, as long as they understand energetically what's behind it all. So I kind of also tell people that that you can shift your mindset and your mood by playing your favorite piece of music. Well, that works in the short term, but you can do that in your space for the long term also.
Awesome. I love the fact that you're talking about space, and this is so fitting and right on for me, because many of you know that I have actually been living at my mother's house, in the house I grew up in. This room is actually my childhood room, because she fell and broke her hip, and I'm taking care of her and whatnot. So I'm in my old room, which is now had been converted into an office, and she has a couch in there and a dresser and this desk that I'm sitting at right now. Well, this desk for the last month was like crammed up against the back, like the couch was this way, the desk was over by the door, and I was like stuck in this corner. And finally I just looked around, I'm like, this is ridiculous, why am I stuck why don't I move the furniture around? And so I'm like, I know I can push this couch down, I can move this desk over here, now it's by the window. And I cannot tell you how happy it made me, like literally shifted my energy just moving one piece of furniture around, so that I had more space where I could sit and do my podcast or work. So for anybody who thinks that it doesn't matter, it matters. It is huge.
I can tell you one story that really was profound for me. I had a woman that had a terrible breakup with with her partner, and he said terrible things to her on the way out the door. But she kept a piece of furniture that belonged to him. And I said to her at some point, "Why do you keep this?" And she said, "Well, it belonged to his grandmother, and I really liked her, and I did this and I did that, and that's the reason." So my assessment of the situation was that she was feeling very unloved. And a few years later, she had a grandson that was born and spent 3 months with him in another state, helping out her daughter. She connected with unconditional love, which all babies have. When she came home, the first thing she did was get rid of that piece of furniture. So
Awesome.
you never know. I mean, she didn't see it herself, but
No, I know.
it can be very liberating, like you're describing.
Totally. Awesome. Well, thank you, Pat. I want to go back to Jacqueline and have you tell us a little bit about your session, and then Lori Piper, who couldn't be here with us today. I have information about her, but Jacqueline, let's go back to you and have you talk a little bit about what you'll be teaching.
And hopefully after listening to everybody, you're super excited and you want to get there, because we all need some support and we all want to shift things, right? So I'm Jacqueline Kane, Master Energy Healer and Low Back Pain Specialist, and I help my clients do 3 things: liberate themselves from the past, live powerfully in the present moment, and love the life they get to create now, using ancestral energy clearing, inner child healing, voice dialogue with the inner saboteur. And in my session for the retreat, I'm going to be doing some rebirthing, because we need to release the energy, one, that we inherited from our families that we don't even realize. It's impacting your health, your ability to live pain-free and energized. It's impacting your ability to create cash flow and financial freedom. It's impacting your relationships. Do you always attract toxic relationships or chaotic situations? And your ability to stand in your power. This is the energy that you inherited that is impacting every area of your life. There's a very specific process and way to release that, so that you can release what's no longer serving you, amplify the gifts that you did get, and step into your authentic self so that you get to choose what you get to create in this life. And when that happens, everybody's life changes in all areas, and life becomes filled with ease, flow, and abundance. All the right people show up without you having to stress. If you have a business, clients, money shows up. Many people will say that they get a refund from their taxes, or just a rebate showed up. So life becomes really fun, marriages improve, and all children deserve happy relationships in their family so that we can help heal the planet.
Love it. I love it. Ancestral healing, that is fascinating to me. Yep, I can't wait to hear more about that. So thank you, Jacqueline. And then Lori Piper, who couldn't be with us today, she is another retreat session leader. She's an author, healer, and inner joy coach. Lori's session at the retreat is called The Energetics of Healing, Reiki to Ignite Your Inner Healer. And in her session, you'll learn how and why everyday stressors are holding you back, blocking your energy, causing depression, contributing to chronic disease, and potentially even contributing to early death. You'll learn simple techniques you can use to release that stuck energy and manage your stress throughout your day. And you'll be empowered to activate your inner healer anytime you need it. And you'll experience a powerful Reiki healing session that will release stuck energy and start your healing process immediately. Lori's wisdom and natural healing comes from 20 years of personal experience, research, and training, resulting in certifications as a Chopra Total Wellbeing Coach, Primordial Sound Meditation Instructor, Reiki Master, and much more. And in her sessions, you will learn techniques that you can take home with you and use throughout your day to get your energy moving. So this is super exciting. For those of you who are ready to sign up already, the retreat link, which will be in the screen, as you can see, but it's also, if you're listening and not watching, it's bit.ly, so bit.ly/energy retreat 2023. So that's pretty easy to remember. And we're going to talk a little bit more about how you can register. But one other thing I wanted to talk about that Jacqueline and I talked about before when we were organizing this podcast was having somebody actually come on and talk about how they were inspired and motivated to sign up already. And that somebody is Lori Emelander. She is my editor for Natural Nutmeg and Essential Naples. And Lori, if you just want to pop in real quick and just tell us a little bit about, you had a conversation with Jacqueline because you were interviewing her to write the article that's in the July issue of Natural Nutmeg. So tell us what it was that grabbed you and you were like, oh my gosh, I have to do this.
In short, everything, honestly. Talking with Jacqueline, I've done some writing for the magazine here and there. And sitting down with Jacqueline, I just approached it, went into it thinking, okay, it's just another article I'm writing. I'm just here to get information. I'll put it on paper. And it turned out to be something so entirely different than that, because as she's describing it, I'm having these memories come into my mind of things that have happened to me. And I guess I've always sort of skated on the edge of this type of healing. I worked in a crystal rock shop when I was in college, but I've never jumped in. And when I look back on the past few years of my life, essentially since I had a nasty divorce like 3 or 4 years ago, just before I started working with Di. I believe now, after thinking about so many of these things, that I connected with her, and that was part of my healing, not realizing it at the time, but I believe that now. And then just all of the things these experiences that I've had in my life. Like I used to have these terrible migraines regularly, and I couldn't figure out, I tried every which way to try to figure out what was causing them, cutting out foods, reintroducing them, all of those things. And eventually my husband at the time realized that it was when I would have to go see his mother, that she's like the absolute quintessential horrible mother-in-law. And her energy was affecting my energy so negatively that I was getting physically ill because of it. And that was a huge wake-up call for me, that how much other people in our surroundings really can impact us and our health physically. So after talking with Jacqueline, and then especially after hearing all of you speak this afternoon, I'm even more excited about it now. Things that Pat was saying really struck me, things that Erica was saying. So I am so excited. I'm more excited now than I was, when Jacqueline and I first spoke to really do this. It's just going to be amazing.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Lori. We appreciate you taking the time out of editing, coming on and joining us and telling us a little bit about, your personal experience and how you think this is going to impact you. So we appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Sure. All right, Jacqueline. So when you and I were talking, you said this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to work with 9 master energy healers at an event, which it truly is. And you said it's basically like getting 6 months of healing in a few days because the energy can move that fast. So just tell us a little bit, like, what do you elaborate on that? I think, because I get it, but I think someone who's listening might be like, wait a minute, how do I get 6 months of healing in like this short time frame?
So first of all, when you work with energy, things shift really fast. Somebody said, you see the trees moving during a storm, right? But you don't see the energy. You're carrying the energy. And when you work with trained professionals and experts who that's our job. That's what our souls came here to do, is to help people heal on a deeper level. And we've mastered it. Every one of these people have put so much time, energy, and their own experiences into healing. We can help you shift so many things so quickly. Again, it's energy. When you get a massage, you're dealing with the physical part of the body. In order to get to the root cause, you have to look at all of these other modalities to really heal at a deeper level. Just like Lori talked about her migraines, it wasn't just physical. It was how she was being triggered over and over and over again by her mother-in-law, and maybe not feeling supported by her husband. So that just created so much rift in the relationship. When you heal whatever the trigger was so that Lori could stand in her power, like, I really wish we did this before she had to get divorced. But if we had worked with her beforehand, we would have healed what that trigger was, what the trigger her mother-in-law was triggering her with, heal the root cause of that. so that it doesn't show up anymore. When you get to the root cause, it's not going to show up anymore. That's why pain management doesn't work. If you go to pain management, why would anybody want to manage their pain?
Right.
Don't you want to
Even
get
the
to
word
root?
doesn't make sense.
Who created that? Are you
Yeah.
crazy? So when you work, so I usually work, I have a 3-month program, which is 3 times a month. I get to work with somebody for 1 hour. You combine a whole weekend, we're condensing that into a weekend. And the more that these practitioners craft and hone in on their craft, we're healing people faster and faster. So 6 months, maybe even a year's worth of healing into a weekend. You have to be there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So again, the retreat link is www.bit.ly/energy retreat 2023. And also you have a couple of things you wanted to talk about. I know there's an accelerator program and also early registration. So tell us about that.
So first of all, we've extended the early registration to July 15th. So there's different pricing for the Zoom, for the in-person. And then we've created an accelerator program where you get the in-person retreat plus a session with each one of the 9 healers. So again, you're accelerating your healing so that by the time Christmas comes around, I hear so many women say they dread the holidays. You're not going to dread the holidays this year. You're going to have the best Christmas, best holiday, whatever you celebrate. It's going to be the best one you've ever had, not just for you, but there's a ripple effect of energy. So your family's going to feel better. If you have clients, you're going to help your clients even better. Whatever you do is going to improve. So for those of you who really like to jump on board and just take everything we've got, the accelerator program is for you. Again, there's an early bird pricing for that. It goes away July 15th. So hop on board. You could actually get started next week if you wanted to start your healing program.
Yeah, I was just going to ask that. So that accelerator program is awesome. So one-on-one sessions with all 9 of the retreat healers that you're seeing today, hearing from today. So people can actually start that now, right? They don't have to wait to book those sessions until October.
Nope.
Wow, that's awesome.
As long as it's paid in full, we do have payment plans for each option because we want to make sure that everybody can jump on board, and we priced it where we think it's the value that they're getting for what it's priced at in the early bird is priceless.
Oh yeah. If you had to pay for every single person and how often you would work with every single person. Oh my gosh. Yeah. 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 That is amazing. So early registration ends July 15th. Did you have something about bring a friend?
We do have a 20% discount. If you bring a friend, you both get 20% off. Again, you want to take advantage of taking more off the early bird, go for it.
That's going to be great for couples and partners in relationship. When we were talking so much about that today, about, how important it is to, if you're in a relationship, to bring your partner, bring your significant other. So the fact that with the bring a friend, you can both get 20% off is awesome. I love that.
Yeah, cool. And we have rooms at the Hilton at the DoubleTree. So there's a few rooms already taken. So if you need accommodations, that's an extra cost, but make sure you book them now because there's only a few available. And it's nice to be able to be in the room and participate, like you said, with all of us, because there's something special about doing this work in the same room.
I totally agree with you. I mean, it's great that we can have Zoom these days, like what we're doing. And obviously, energy, you don't need to be in the same room. So if you are too far away to attend live, you certainly will take advantage of everything that you guys are offering. I don't see any drawback to that at all. It's just that if you are close and you can come, or if you even want to make a trip about it, then it's a great way to be in connection and actually see people, one-on-one, be in the live experience of it all.
Yeah, and I do want to address, because it is energy, many of these people and I work with people on Zoom. So you get just as good benefits from being in the room, but if you can make it in person, you get hugs from us, you get to ask us questions throughout the time. So there's a few extra benefits from being in person.
Oh, that is so awesome. This is a great idea for people who are looking for a unique, surprising gift for someone. Even thinking, my mother buys her holiday gifts in July, so it's not too soon to be buying Christmas gifts or any holiday that you celebrate, or even birthdays. Or it would be a great like girls retreat, I think. Like grab your girlfriends and go to this. I mean, that would be awesome. There's just
Buy
so many.
yourself your early Christmas present.
That too. Yeah, that's the biggest thing, right? Like here we are talking about getting a gift for everybody else, and once again we're thinking of ourselves last. Buy yourself this gift.
And
Absolutely.
you deserve it. Invest in yourself, and you will be so happy you did, because your life will become so much easier after this.
It does make a huge difference on the people around you. I can attest to that. I mean, some of you, like I was saying, my mother, broke her hip. I am 100% convinced that her recovery went as smooth as it did because of what I've been doing in terms of my energy work and healing and all of that. I mean, most people, she's
Absolutely.
89. Most people would not have come back from this. So, and she just got in the car and drove off to her physical therapy appointment by herself today. So like not even 3 months out of surgery. It's pretty amazing. Well, anyway, I want to thank you so much, Jacqueline. This is a fantastic, book and retreat and everything that you've organized. I want to thank all of the healers who were with us today. I want to thank Lori, my editor, partner in crime for Natural Nutmeg and Essential Naples. I'm glad everybody got to see her beautiful face today and tell her a little bit of her story. And again, the website is www.bit.ly/energy retreat 2023. And if you have any questions, Jacqueline, do you have any contact information you want to give?
If you have questions about the retreat, if you're wondering if it's for you, you can call me on my phone or text me. It's 860-307-0232. Or email me at jacqueline@jacquelinemkane.com. And visit my website, jacquelinemkane.com. So
Awesome.
tune in.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. And thank all of you for listening. And we hope to see you all at the Energy Medicine Solution Retreat in October. And I hope all of you and all my listeners have a great rest of your week. Thanks. We'll see you back here next time.